Bună dimineața și bun găsit la BU! Sunt Sabina Iosub și vă invit să rămâneți alături de mine în următoarea jumătate de oră, căci o să discutăm despre lucrurile importante ce au fost dezbătute aici cu privire la agricultura din Uniunea Europeană, dar și ce măsuri poate lua fiecare țară. Today here with me in the European Parliament in Brussels is Paolo de Castro. Thank you so much for your presence.
Thank you to you, thank you to all Romanian friends.
Thank you again. We know that it was a huge debate here at the European level, for example, about transporting the live animals, and the decision was made by the European Parliament. A lot of pressure was put regarding stopping this transport of live animals. What is your opinion?
Well, we have a special committee on the animal transport. It's an inquiry committee, was working very well in the last months. And I'm proud that we have our coordinator, which is Carmen Avram, which is a Romanian girl. She knows very well the items. We work to try to balance the request of animal welfare to increase the animal welfare measure, and this is what we call the recommendation from the Parliament to the Commission, asking more attention to all the animal welfare, in particular all the conditions for the animal who go to slaughtering, not more than 8 hours, or in particular animal who are pregnant, or other particular situation. And at the same time, we have to maintain, of course, the movement of the animals, the young animals, because all the southern Europe produce meat fattering this kind of animals. So we have to have a better condition, but don't stop the animal transport at all.
Let's see what other debates are now in the agriculture area, because it's important for the member states to know, for the citizens to know, for the farmers to know what will be next.
Well, right now we have the strategic plan, which is the first step to the application of the new common agricultural policy. We just have a conclusion a few months ago in the Parliament. So now is the time for the member state to prepare the strategic national plan and to be approved, because we know that the new common agricultural policy will start in 2023. So this is the first important issue. But at the same time, we are waiting the new legislative dossier. They are coming from the Commission. One is geographic indication new regulation, which is very important in all the members of in the European Union, in particular in Romania, and the new regulation for promotion of food products. That is very important, that these two regulations can reinforce the strongness of our farmers, because we need to have a more and more role in the international market. And to do that, we need this action from the European Union.
What will be the differences? What's new in this new regulation?
Well, for example, what we ask, we don't know yet, because the Commission didn't present yet. We ask to have more budget for promotion. You know, we have a problem for our product. Takes a look to the swine fever now. They have a big problem in all member states. So we need to promote our product in other markets in the world. And to promote, we need more budget on that. So this is the first asking. And geographic indication, we don't want to modify the system that it works very well, but we want to increase the protection of this product, in particular outside of Europe, where a lot of countries copy our products, get the result that is for our farmers, not other countries.
Let's see, it was an important debate on PAC, and we know this. Do you consider that in the near future something else should be added to this?
Common agricultural policy is a multi-level policy, because they have to respond to a lot of questions.
Sure.
But we have to remember that the main issues still are to maintain an income of our farmers, because we want to keep our farmers in the land, which are the only reason of the treaty of this policy. But, of course, we have to take into account the new consumer questions, like more environmentally, fighting against climate change, increase the animal welfare rules. So all these aspects should be part of the new common agricultural policy, including the social dimension, which is something totally new that we introduced in this CAP reform. And what we said is, if you don't respect the law of labor, you cannot get money from European Union. This is very important. It's not only because it's right, it's ethical, but because you don't want to have an unfair competition between producers who respect or don't respect the labor law.
Did the pandemic hit also the agriculture sector?
Well, of course, we have proof how important is this sector that produce food, even when this dramatic pandemic stopped all the rest of Europe. But the situation now is getting better from this side. I hope that this Omicron variant can establish a new situation and new rules for Europe, which we are working for. But at the same time, of course, we have to maintain that the HoReCa channel, restaurant, hotel, where they stop it, we cannot sell our product, and then, of course, make a problem for our farmers. There are part of the idea to sustain these producers, and we are trying to do our best.
2022, the priorities for the agriculture?
Well, of course, this is the two new regulations that I mentioned before, geographic indication and promotion. At the same time, we have a lot of other small but important questions. One, which is important very much in Romania, like in Italy, in other southern countries, is the nutrition labeling, what we call front pack labeling. We don't like Nutri-Score. We have an alliance between 8 member states, including Romania and Italy and Portugal, many countries. We like to discuss. This morning we have a discussion with the French minister, Juliette de Normandie, and even in France, which is the promoter, becomes some question about. So this is another important issue. Another, and I finish, is the innovation, which is very important. Innovation means, for example, new breeding techniques, new genetic techniques, because we can have new product resistant to the disease without using fertilizer, without using chemistry. This is what our consumer ask. So it's important to invest in innovation. Nothing to do with GMO, but it's important technology, and we very much hope that the Commission will come in 2022 with this new regulation to keep totally different GMO from one side, new genetic technology from the other.
What's your message for the Romanian farmers that are watching now?
Romania is increasing very much the productivity. Of course, they have to face a lot of difficulty like the other rest of the country in Europe. But what we mean is that to be competitive, you should not be alone. So we have to increase all the instruments to put farmers together. Consortium, cooperative, society, whatever you can put together. Because when you get the market, you can do much better if you are stronger in the market with other farmers together. And then you have the dimension to be strong enough to balance the power of the other actors in the chain.
Thank you so much for explaining us what is the discussion here at the European level. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a
lot.
lot.
We will focus now on Romania.